All right, we'll do another piecewise function, then I'll move on to the next section. Um, Again, three different branches to graph: x squared, negative x squared, and 2x. So if you were thinking of just like the three of these functions, x squared is going to just look like that. Negative x squared is going to look like that, and positive 2x is going to look like that. But we only want to see these functions on specific intervals. So we only want to see that red parabola when x is less than negative 2, which doesn't mean we want to shift our parabola to the left. It means we only want to look at, like up here, we don't want to see any of this over here. We don't want to see any of that. We want to see it starting at the x value of negative 2 and then going on. So we're just going to see like a little branch of the parabola. So again, let's just figure out where is our function when the x value is negative 2. Well, if the x value is negative 2 and we plugged in negative 2, we'd get negative 2 squared is positive 4. So if x is negative 2, my y value should be up here at positive 4. And it's an open circle because it is less than negative 2. It is not equal to negative 2. Let's show one more point. We should at least show 2 points on each branch to make sure it's accurate. My next point would be negative 3, and 3 squared is 9. So my next point is over here, right there. I could even make it more accurate and go one more point over if I wanted to. Go to an x value of negative 4, and I know that if my x value is negative 4, my y value should be 16. So that point right there. So we get a little parabola going up like that. All right, that is not a straight line. That is a parabola. Okay. Let's do our middle piece now, negative x squared. So we only want to see negative x squared between negative 2 and positive 3. So that means on this little drawing, I don't want to see any of that right there. And I want to go to positive 1, 2, 3. I don't want to see anything on that bit over there. So it's not drawn terribly well in that little drawing, but that's all I want to see, just that little middle bit. So let's again just figure out where our points are. Well, negative x squared, I know it has a point at 0, 0, so I'm going to put that right there. I know it has a point at negative 1, negative 1, so I'll put my next point in right there. And then negative 2, it should be down at negative 4 because I'm just using square values, so then there's that. We can do the same thing over here, 1, negative 1, 2, negative 4. So you can see the parabola now, but now I'm going over to the x value of 3, so 3 should correspond to negative 9 because this is a parabola. And now we can draw that in. Let's make sure that x is less than 3, which means this point right here needs to be an open circle. So let's make sure it is an open circle, drawing it as such, indicating that the function is not defined as that parabola at that spot. So then there's our parabola coming down and connecting, and there's that middle piece. All right, let's go one more. Y equals 2x when x is greater than 3. So now we only want to see this pink graph, not there, not there. We want to see it starting at the x value of 3. So then it's just going to be a linear piece up at the top there. So finish this off. Again, let's just figure out where is our graph when the x value is 3. Well, if x is 3, then 2 times 3 is 6. So when x is 3, my graph should be up at a y value of 6, which is about there, right there. And now let's go 1 to the right. How far up should we be? We should be up 2. So if I'm at 5, 6 right there, I need to be up at 8. So my next point is going to be up about there. I can draw that out. And if we want to be careful, we could probably label these points. This point right here was 3, 6. This point right here was 4, 8. It's a good idea to do that if you're drawing your own axes. This right here was 3, negative 9. All those other points I think are okay. We'll label this end point right here. This end point was negative 2, negative 4. And then finally, this last one up here, this was negative 2, positive 4. And then we'll just label this one negative 3, positive 9. So I think that's a pretty good representation of this piecewise function.